Into the playoffs we go now with 16 clubs trying to get through to the playoffs. That's right, to join the top 8 from the Europa League. Who's waiting on the other side? Who, of course, will have struggles in this playoff two-legged affair. We're going to get into that and much more next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. Today is all about the Europa League playoffs, first legs, and we'll get to that in a second. If you know where you've been, hit the old subscribe. You want sub shop for Europa League, Blabbing Rovers, World Football. We're going to all hear under one Rooski. The likes of Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspur, even Rangers are already waiting in the other side. Of course, they made it into the top 8, but the next best thing, the 16 clubs after that, are duking it out to see who'll join them over a two-legged affair. We'll get into it, all of it in a second. Big shout out to the members, big shout out to the patrons, you know who you are. But what we're going to do now, though, is revisit those last round of games, of course, my predictions, see where they ended up in the table, and then we might even have a quick look at the Super Brew. But until then, sit tight, hold on, here we go. Alrighty, folks, let's turn the clock back to this past match week and have a look what went down in the Europa League. Well, these are those guys. On the left-hand side is the real result. On the right is my predictions. Rangers coming out top with a 2-1 win over Saint-Gilloise. I went with a 3-0 win. Roma did beat Eintracht Frankfurt 2-0 win. I went with a 2-1 win. Slavia Prague and Malmo 2-2 in the end. I went with a 1-0 home win. Spurs did beat Augsburg 3-0. Got that one bang on the nose. Ajax came out on top with a 2-1 win over Galatasaray. I went with a 2-2 draw on that one. Porto beat Maccabi Tel Aviv 1-0. I went with a 3-1 win. Ferencvaros with a 4-3 win over AZ Alkmaar. I went with a draw. Meanwhile, Braga did beat Lazio 1-0. I went with a 2-1 win. Sociedad with a 2-0 win over PAOK. I got that one spot on the nose. Olympiacos with a 3-0 win over Qarabag. I went with a 3-1 win. Lyon and Lugash with a draw. I went with a 2-0 home win. Dynamo Kiev picking up a master win over FKRFS. I went with a 2-1 win. Midtjylland with a 2-2 draw against Fenerbahce. I went with an away win on that one. Twente did beat Besiktas 1-0. I went with a draw. Bilbao did beat Viktoria Plzen 3-1 win. I went with a 2-0 win. Anderlecht losing a 7-goal thriller to Hoffenheim. I went with a 5-goal thriller the other way. Manchester United beat Steaua Bucharest 2-0. I went with a 3-1 win. And Nice, which was a very, very nice draw, 1-1. I went with a 2-2. So what does that mean in the table? We'll have a little look then, shall we? Here we go. We're going to say goodbye to a bit of a surprise. Braga's gone from Portugal. Hoffenheim are out. Besiktas are out as well. Nice never really got going, so it wasn't a very nice tournament for them. Meanwhile, into the middle of the pack, these are the guys that we're going to focus on today's video. We've got some big boys, including Galatasaray, Ajax, Roma. Who else is in here? Porto. Some big bad boy action in a very, very spicy playoff. A double-legged affair. We're going to look at the first legs in a second. The final 8, these guys have got it off, a couple of weeks off. So Roma, when I say Roma, I take that back. Lazio, they're top of the pops there. Bilbao, Manchester United, Spurs, Frankfurt, Olympic Lyon there, Olympiacos, and Rangers. They are all there waiting in the wings. Well, what about the Super Brewski then? Well, I'm not sure if you've been playing or not, guys. Well, this is the Super Brew heading into match day into the playoffs. In the last round 8, I believe, is it round 8? Summer 28, pick up 21 points. Macca with 20. There I am, 19.5. The real bloody deal. As for the leaderboard, though, I'm actually kicking ass and taking it. Maybe it's because we're not really talking about it. Maybe it's going under the radar. But Summer 8 2018 is running away with it. Macca's in second spot. I am a big mover to number 3. We are still going, so keep on predicting because I'm winning or doing all right. That's why we're keeping on going. So get predicting, get out there, and hopefully we'll see who makes it through or picks up a master win next time around. So let's get cracking then, shall we? And have a little look at, of course, the teams that will make it into the playoffs and beyond. So here we go, folks. These are the 16 clubs that are going through to the playoffs and the 8 clubs that are, of course, waiting on the other side. So, again, I'm going to test my badge knowledge. Coming at you, Union Saint-Gilloise, we've got Sociedad, we've got PAOK, Bodø, Glimt, Anderlecht, Galatasaray, Fenerbahce, Fenerbahce, Steaua Bucharest, AZ Alkmaar, Ajax, Porto, FC Twente, Roma are there, Midtjylland and Viktoria Plzen. And of course, the teams in the waiting in the official knockout stages, we have the top 8 here. Lazio, Eintracht Frankfurt, Bilbao, Lyon, Rangers, Manchester United, Spurs, and Olympiacos. They're all there. So yeah, it's a good selection box of teams here. So what about the games then? Well, we're going to take a look at those right here, right now. So sit tight. Here we go. These are the games, of course, that will be decided in those playoffs. There's 8 games, 2-legged affairs. We're here for the first legs. We're going to start with, of course, a trip to Hungary. That's right. Ferencvaros taking on Viktoria Plzen. Coming at you on Thursday, the 13th of Feb. It's Valentine's Day Eve. Ferencvaros under Robbie Keane. He finished 17th at the table, just 1 win in the last 6. Taking on Viktoria Plzen under Miroslav Kubicic, who finished 16th at the table with 12 points. But they're coming into us on back-to-back defeats. Group of Mama Arena is the venue. They have played each other twice since 2023. They were both friendlies. We're not going to look into those. The Ferencvaros on the back of successive draws, drawing with Budapest or MTK Budapest in the Hungarian top flight, then Zagazurg in the same division. Meanwhile, Viktoria Plzen on the back of a 2-1 loss to Glimt. Plzen. The bookies, they'll go with, what are they going to go with here? Is this a tight one to call here, but slightly favoured is Robbie Keane's Ferencvaros. I'm also going to go with a 1-1 draw, though, sitting on the fence somewhat in this one. But of course, don't forget, it's a 2-legged affair. Meanwhile, we go over to Twente, Enskede, the venue, as Twente will take on Bodo Glimt, of course, out of Norway. This is going to take the place at the Gross Vesta. Enskede under Josef Oetting, they're 23rd in the Europa League, coming into unbeaten the last 3 up against Bodo Glimt and Nigel Knudsen, who finished 19th, coming into one win, though, in the last 4 matches. They never played each other according to my data. Twente, they're on the back of a 2-2 draw against Go Ahead Eagles in the Eredivisie. But Glimt with that 1-1 draw against Nice, which was a very, very nice draw in the end. The Dutch, though, are fancy to win this game. But Glimt are underdogs. But this is one of those. But Glimt are have been going about their business over the past 5 or 6 years now in Europe, causing upsets. This could be another one of those. But I think they'll have the upper hand in the first leg, 2-0 winners. And they'll take it to Norway, and they could be a dark horse for the title here. Meanwhile, let's hop over from the border from the Dutchlands over to Belgium, and it's going to be Union Saint-Gilloise up against Ajax. Oh, wow. The Stadio Roy Boudoun. Saint-Gilloise coming at you with Sebastian Pognoli as the coach. 21st in the table, winning 11 points on the board there. Of course, coming at you, winning 5 of the last 6, unbeaten in the last 10 home matches. Up against Ajax under Francesco Varioli, who won 3 of the last 4. They ultimately finished in 12th in this Europa League structure. They're coming into on the back of that 2-1 win of a final. That's Ajax. Saint-Gilloise picking up a 2-1 win over St. Truden's in the Europa League in Belgium. The bookies, though, for this one, they're backing Saint-Gilloise to win this one. Ajax, the underdogs. I'm going to go with the 1-0 win as well for the Belgian side. Again, first leg. That only means the first leg. Doesn't mean that the Belgians will go through. We'll have to look at it another day. We've got a bit of a Dutch-Flemish affair going on here. Now we're going to go to AZ Alkmaar. They're taking on Galatasaray in another spicy first leg encounter coming out of the AFS Stadion. Martin Martins, the best coach in town, or the best name in town. 19th at the table. They finished with 11 points for the campaign. Coming at you, back-to-back wins, 58% form. Up against Galatasaray and Okan Buric, 14th in the table, 13 points for the campaign, just 1 defeat in the last 6. Now, they played each other just the one time. It was in this year's competition. It was in November, and it ended up all square over in Dutchlands. That's right. AZ Alkmaar on the back of a 3-1 win over Quick Boys in the KMV Becker quarter-final stages. Galatasaray with a 4-1 win over Bolu in the, I don't even know what that is, Turkish something going on over there. It's not the Turkish League, it's with the Turkish Cup or something. Anyway, coming into this, the bookies it's a coin flip. It is a coin flip. AZ Alkmaar, micro favourites here on this one, but it could go either way. I'm not so sure about that. I'm going to back the Turkish outfit. They've got the firepower, they've got the talent, and they could go very, very far in this competition, but they've got to get through to the last 16. Into the other side of the bracket, we're going to go to Denmark. It is Midtjylland up against Sociedad, my boys. Coming out at the MCH Arena, Midtjylland under Thomas Thomasberg, another cool name in the managerial sphere. 20th in the table, 11 points for the campaign, just 1 defeat in the last 5. Up against Real Sociedad under Emmanuel Iglesias, 2 wins the last 3. They ultimately finish in 13th with 13 points for the season. Sociedad on the back of a 2-2 win over Osasuna in the Copa del Rey quarter-final stages. They'll go through to the semis, up against Midtjylland, who did draw with Fenerbahce in the last match. Of course, bookies on this one, they do back this Spanish outfit, despite being on the away dugout. Again, not too sure. I think Sociedad have been a bit shit this season. I'm going with a 2-1 win for Midtjylland in the first leg. It's all about the second leg. in a lot of these games. Meanwhile, PAOK up against FCSB, aka Steaua Bucharest, the Tumash Stadion. PAOK under Raven Lurecescu, 22nd in the table. They finished with 10 points, back-to-back defeats. Up against Steaua Bucharest, who finished in 11th with 14 points for the campaign. Winless, though, in the last 3. They played each other 4 times in 2016, 1 win for PAOK, 2 wins for Steaua Bucharest. There's been 1 draw between the two sides. They did play competitively in this year's competition. It was in Greece. It was a 1-0 win for Steaua Bucharest back in October 2024. PAOK on the back of that 2-1 loss to AEK Athens in the Superliga in Greece. Steaua Bucharest on back-to-back draws, drawing with Cluj and then Petro Club, whatever it is, Poleski in the Romanian top flight. The bookies for this one. Oh, which way are we going to go on this one? They go with the Greek outfit on this one. I think Steaua Bucharest are a dark horse, so keep an eye on them. I'm going to go with the 1-1 draw. Point to pace, not point to pace. Leaves it evenly poised heading into the second leg. Let's go to Turkey now. It's Fenerbahce up against Anderlecht coming at you over at the Suku Sangaru Stadium. Fenerbahce under Jose Mourinho, 24th for the table, 10 points for the campaign. Up against Anderlecht under David Huber, 10th for the table, 14 points for the season. They played 5 times since 2005. 3 wins out of Fenerbahce, 2 draws, nothing for Anderlecht. Fenerbahce unbeaten in at least the last 11. Anderlecht just 1 win in the last 5. They have played each other a couple of times. In fact, 4 times competitively since 2007. Fenerbahce winning 3 of them and drawing 1. The last time played in Turkey, it was a 2-2 win for Fenerbahce back in November 2018. The Turkish outfit coming into is on the back of a 5-0 win over Erzurum in the Turkish Cup group stages, or whatever you call it. Anderlecht with a 2-2 draw against Royal Antwerp, and they must have a second leg in that one. 2-2 it was against Royal Antwerp just the other day. Look at the bookies odds for this one. Fenerbahce, they're favoured on this one. I think I'm going that way as well. 1-0 winners. Fenerbahce just enough to get in front in the first leg. And then we wrap it up with what is probably the spiciest game across Europe this whole week, in all competitions, of course. Porto against Roma, coming out of the Stadio di Drago. Porto under Martin Assimi, 18th for the table, 11 points for the campaign. Just 1 win though in the last 6. Pretty grim times though for Porto. Roma, under Claudio Ranieri, they finished 15th with 12 points. They're coming into this on 1 defeat in the last 4 matches. They played 5 times in 2016. 2 wins Porto, 1 win for Roma. 2 draws between the two sides. Last time they played competitively at this very venue, it was a 3-1 win for Porto back in March 2019, the round of 16, the Champions League. Porto on the back of a 2-2 draw against Rio Verve. Roma losing to Milan in the Coppa Italia quarterfinals just the other day. The bookies for this one, though, Porto fancied their chances on this one. Roma, the underdogs, and that's exactly the way I'm going with it as well. 2-1 winners on the night for Porto. And a quick look at the odds, of course, for the favoured teams in the top 3. It is Bilbao, their 3rd favourite. Spurs are 2nd favourites, and Manchester United are top favourites at the moment to go the distance. But it is still early days here. We're in the playoffs first legs. We'll be back for the second legs very, very soon. But until then, guys and girls, smash the subscribe, smash the like, hit the little bell. We'll be back very, very soon for the next round of games. Until then, I'll see you soon for the next.